Hello, welcome to today's video. I'm going to take a look at some data within the Silver Eagles Divergence that Drutter's been following. And here's the link that you can find on the United States Mint webpage, which states the amount of, this is gold eagles in this case, and then you have the amount of silver eagles that are sold as well. And they have all these different years in here, so you start within 1986. And you really can't start until November, but heck, we got a lot of data to work with, definitely well before the bull market even starts. However, if we try to take this data, it's a little bit of a pain in the butt, to tell you the truth. I got this data here, so what I could do is I could just copy it, put it onto Notepad, and I probably could find ways of putting it onto a spreadsheet, but you know what, it'd be pretty hard. I could also manually put these data levels in, so I can see here, January. I could put in, say, 1987, January, put a comma for the levels, and then there's even 750 to put them into thousands. But that's just going to take a lot of time, so I'm not going to do that. However, I did a search for United States Mint Silver Eagles CSV to get a better download file. And well, this web page here has all of the gold and silver that is sold, as well as platinum as well, although platinum doesn't start on here until 97. They even have a ratio of the gold to silver ratio sold within this time frame. But we have the data here. So now let's check to see if this data is correct. December the 12th, 2012, Silver Eagles is 163.5. Let's go to 2012. Do we have the same number, 163.5? Oh, yeah, I'd have to say so. So what we'll do is we'll take this data and we'll highlight everything, and then we can put it into a spreadsheet starting with 11 of 86. So we'll copy this, and we'll put it into this Notepad document. There we have it. So now we can move this onto a spreadsheet and figure these things out. We have our spreadsheet up. We'll take this data that we've put in Notepad, select everything within it, copy it, and paste it to the spreadsheet. And there we have all this data. There we go, 314 rows, and we're going to be adding January, February, even March. We'll do that later on, though. So let's give in some headers for this thing. So we'll insert a row, date, platinum, then we got silver. I think the second column was actually gold. Yes, it was. So this is AU. This is AG, and we'll just delete the ratio. We don't even need it. We don't even really need gold and platinum, but I'm going to keep it while I have the data for it. So there we have this information in here. Now we do have a 0 month in July of 87. I guess that was a month they suspended sales, and so on and so forth. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make this quarterly data. That's what I'm going to do instead. And to do quarterly data, I could just even scrap 1986 completely. And to do this, what I'm going to do is I need 3 months. I'm starting in right here. So we'll put in the date, a header number of starting with 1, and the sum of the last 3 months. And I do have quarterly silver data easily available, so I'll work those together. So there we have the sum at this point in here. Copy and paste this 3 rows lower. And then within the data field, go like this, add 1. And now we can just copy this and paste it all the way down, which should give us a row on 315. And it does. And now we have some data. Let's highlight everything in here make a new text document, so we can go like that, go like that. We have 104 data points, actually 105 when we use this year's. And paste it into the spreadsheet. And we'll do a sort. So we'll sort it by the data field column B. And there we have it. Don't need these data numbers anymore. I didn't get them all, actually. So let's redo it. Data sort, and then again column B. There we go. So now we got all the data points. Now there's two things we can do within these prices. One, just how many are sold, and two, via the prices, but we gotta get the prices first. Gotten the data from the quarterly silver, which is shown in here going back to 1968, but again, I only need the time frames that I have, so I've already plotted the dates in here. So there's the silver right there, and in here we got the silver price. So what we're going to do is take an average of the three silver prices, which is, I can do just the high, low, and the close divided by 3, or equals average of these three in here. Excellent. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take, for the first period, let's take this number, which is the 284,500, and divide it by this number here to get a ratio. And that's 47,000. I'm going to move it one, keeping a couple slots over, for this number here. So now what I can do is I can take this number, divide it by this number, and it's going to be 5.9638333, because I'm trying to match it, and it's really easy to do in this case. So this is going to be the number we're going to use throughout. So when we take current month divided by this ratio, I'm going to put dollar signs beside the O and the 1. So now I can just copy and paste this through, and we're going to see some similar numbers working within it and see how well this works. Maybe I'll need a different ratio rate. And then, of course, we're going to add the months of the 3 months in as well that haven't been recorded, which is just one more so far. Alrighty, okay, so let's just take a look at this chart here. So what we need to do is we need to lift this a little bit higher, just so it matches. And I'll show you a little trick that's pretty cool as well. Okay, so we realize that the number 47,000... maybe, well, let's just see what happens. If I put in 30,000, what would the difference be? Ooh, it's a little bit different, so there we go, 300,000. So now we got this nice little matching divergence really well. As you can see, this whole flat line working together. Then all of a sudden, you can see the breakout working the same way as well. Okay, so let's now get in. I'm going to need, again, I'm going to need the last quarter of 2012 and the first quarter of 2013. So what we could do is go to one of my spreadsheets that has the recent data. This is as of yesterday. And silver quarter, there we have 2 data fields worth right there. And even this one here, which is definitely updated. So we'll paste that in here and put this back into the original spreadsheet that we were doing. And there we have that. As far as the Silver Eagle sold this month so far, well, again, we can go to the U.S. Eagles webpage for 2013. So far, it's 12.468 million. And you know it's obviously got to go higher. It's something that can't go lower. So we'll just for now put in 12.468 million. And we'll just type that in manually. Excellent. Okay. So now we can just copy and paste these down for a couple more data points. and go back to that chart. We're going to add some more periods to it. Let's do that now. And we can see that divergence really setting through, as within this, it's kind of making new highs, really literally. We can see it right now that this one's still continuing to go lower as well. Very, very interesting to say the least. Alrighty, so let's tell you something else you can do within this as well. So we got this, let's just put this on page number 2. Okay. Alright, now let's take a look at something else we can do. And that is how much silver was actually invested within this, because when silver prices are higher, you don't expect to sell as much, because for every $1,000 or X amount of dollars, you get less silver when the prices are higher, obviously. So we have the average price in here of the highs, low, and the close. So what we'll do is, I just want to insert some more periods just so it's just for something to do, mainly. Let's take this number, multiply the average price for the period. So this is how much, of course, was spent on the spot price of those silver eagles. I'm going to need some thousand separators so I can actually read this well enough. So we'll click on Format Cells and stick in that 1,000 separator. Excellent. And copy and paste this all the way down. So now we can get an idea of how much is actually being invested into the price of silver. We'll do a line chart again. And there, look, it's really has to tell you what's going on. And it's pure linear. A lot is being spent. Okay, so we went from 50 million, well under 50 million. I gotta show this in a linear view. So let's find out what the min and max is. Well, I don't need them to max. I can see the max is about 425 million. But I need to find out what the minimum is so I can know how to scale this thing. And the minimum is 1 million? Yeah, 1.9 million. Wow. Yeah, that tells you a lot, doesn't it? Let's put in 1.75 as the low end and 450 as the high. Logarithmic scaling. And that shows you right there the clear pattern of starting a little bit in here, cell number 55, but you can really see the breakout occurring. Again, same time frame, 2007, as it really broke out period. Because if you do a chart just for this number in here, then you're going to get, let me just do that now too. This is just Silver Eagle sold. Again, you can see the breakout in here, but it doesn't say too much when, of course, when you're buying it at $5 an ounce compared to $35 an ounce, well, you're getting 7 times more, so you would kind of expect 7 times more sales, but no, you're getting, it's a lot higher than that, basically. So, again, silver volume, it's blowing through the roof as far as how much is being sold. You can see it in here completely. There's the downtrend line that breaks. There's an uptrend line that starts. There's a resistance line that broke to the upside just using these levels in here. And again, that's what we have. So the divergence situation, as silver was going sideways, this was choppily going sideways as well. It broke out pretty much the similar type of fashion. Now, interestingly enough, notice in here, this is when silver was going down to $8 an ounce. So it hit the 20 peak in 2008, and the same year it goes down to 8. This didn't go down. It just kept going up, and then the blue line would eventually follow it or catch up to it. Same thing about to happen again now. You have the divergence like we've seen in here, and then it's just going to catch up again. Very much possibility. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to save this spreadsheet, and I'm not going to do anything more with it. And it's going to have, in sheet number 1, the date, PTAUAG, just like this. It's going to have this here. Whatever, I'm just going to keep it like that. Sheet 2 is everything I've been working on here. And sheet 3 has got this chart. I'm going to save it, but I'm going to save it in Dropbox, though. Okay, so we're going to save this. We'll put it in data, I guess. And we'll talk about Silver Eagles and price. So there we are. There's the name of it. How to get to it is you click on the link down below. You find the data folder and you download Silver Eagles and price, and you will have this spreadsheet that I just finished that is now saved, available now, of course, on the More Directory info. There you have it. Anyone wants to use this data, feel free to use it. Take care.